The war to end all wars had ended some 20 years before in November of 1918. The Second World War was now in full swing. Air crews of the 8th Air Force were taking the war to Germany's industrial heart. Members of the 15th Air Force were taking the air war to Romania's industrial heart, Ploiești. Victory over the Axis had a price, and each day men of the U.S. Army Air Corps paid it dearly. It was on these missions that a young lanky man from eastern Nebraska would begin to make his mark on the future. It was on these missions into Hell's Half Acre that this man would become a legend. This is the story of the man who made Combat Camera. This is the story of Doug Morrell. In 1937, 18-year-old Doug Morrell went to find his future in the West, California, the land of promise. And by October of 1939, he was a member of the U.S. Army Air Corps. Doug began first as a recruiting filmmaker, and then he went on to become a rated flyer, part of the forgotten heritage of the Air Force, that of the flying sergeants. With the war in Europe heating up, Hollywood studios answered their country's call. And based on his early photography experience, Doug Morrell entered Hollywood's dream factories.
They took us, 4 of us, and put us each in studios. We rotated through the studios, others, but we went on locations. We went to the sound stage and all kinds of stuff. But we followed around. I learned an awful lot just watching. That was kind of fun.
With Hollywood behind him in 1943, Doug found himself documenting the war from North Africa to Italy, the 15th Air Force area of responsibility. These missions would take him to Austria, Germany, and Romania.
That was one of the places that we really hit a lot, trying to keep them from getting their oil up there. In fact, they say that the Germans themselves admitted that it was a lack of oil that won the war for us.
What do you think?
It was a lack of oil, all right, you bet.
Lack of oil, perhaps, but not lack of effort. In March of 1944, Doug's B-17 was shot down over the oil fields of Romania.
Had about 5 or 6 ME-109s hopped us, and they just kept hitting and hitting and hitting us. And finally, it set us on fire, and we had all tried to bail out. I mean, 5 of us got out. The other 5 got killed, blew up with the airplane. I didn't know them, so it didn't bother me so much, but because each time I flew these missions, I flew with a different crew, so I didn't, it wasn't one of these things where you're lifelong buddies or anything, so getting shot down didn't bother too much.
While a prisoner of war, Doug made one near-successful escape attempt to Bulgaria. However, he was recaptured and stayed a prisoner of war until liberated by the Soviet Army in late 1944. In 1974, Chief Master Sergeant Doug Morrell retired from active duty, thus closing a colorful chapter in the history of Combat Camera.